Alright guys, time to grab it back again today. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday once again so far. I actually did have a pre-recorded video planned for this second upload of the day, but this just happened on the timeline and I honestly thought it was too exciting not to talk about on the channel. Pretty entertaining stuff once again from the Call of Duty community. There is never a dull moment on the timeline in the COD scene, and even though this season might not have been the best for a number of reasons, the entertainment factor in terms of the drama and player back and forth, I suppose, has been better than ever in my opinion. Good for the channel, of course. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you don't miss any of the upcoming content over the next few days, and of course my coverage of the World Championship weekends coming up August 29th, August 30th, only a couple of days away as you guys watch this video, I imagine, if you're watching it relatively close to the upload time, as most of you do. Let's hop into things then. Before we get into this drama that went down, wanted to mention this, as you can see on screen from Charlie Intel. The Call of Duty League has teamed up with designer Sharon Barber to create this actual throne. Now, only one of these is being created rather than 5. I thought maybe they were creating one for every single team. It's pretty funny, right? I was kind of mind blown when I saw this. It's going to look something like this. It hasn't actually been made, the actual one hasn't been created yet, but it's going to look something like this. Octane Sam then says people are winning a throne for sitting in their Herman Millers at home on the toy, like on the PlayStation, and some people are replying to this saying like, oh, you know, if aBeZy and Sib or whatever, if the FaZe Clan guys win it, then their feet won't even touch the floor or whatever. And well, that was kind of pertinent really, given what we're about to discuss in a couple of minutes time here. Also some stuff on the World Championship, at least the plans for the World Championship weekends at the end of the video, but let's firstly talk about this little bit of drama that went down a few minutes ago. We get this from Wuskin, and stream will be starting late because we are starting a scrim at 45 minutes late. See you shortly. And well, you know, talking about who he's been scrimming, and we talked the other day about some of these pro teams. Of course, London Royal Ravens in the Final Four at Champs. You've got Atlanta FaZe, Dallas Empire in the winners finals. Chicago Huntsmen will be playing against the Royal Ravens in the very first matchup in that kind of losers semi-finals. The winner of that will go on to play the loser of Atlanta FaZe Dallas, and the winner of that goes on to rematch the winner who went all the way through winners bracket in the grand finals, as we have discussed. So difficult time for London, but they have been scrimming against the likes of Atlanta FaZe, the likes of Dallas Empire, because they're not playing them immediately in the tournament. They certainly wouldn't want to scrim against Chicago Huntsmen for anything they might potentially give away. We also talked about how some of these pro teams are playing some of the top amateur guys, like Parasite's team and that, but yeah, we weren't exactly clear exactly who he was talking about being late to scrims, but then it became increasingly obvious. Simp then replies, just had to get you guys back for the thousands of times you guys showed up late to our scrim. Sorry brother, triple exclamation mark. 2 wrongs don't make a right, bro. Come on, man. And then don't tweet about a scrim being late when you know damn well every time we play you guys in a scrim, you guys are always late. So Sim coming at the neck here of Wuskin. But then, of course, the real deal is when aBeZy starts piping back in the thread. You chalked one set of scrims a couple of weeks ago to go play a Warzone tourney. Come on, brother. And, you know, talking about this Warzone tourney a few weekends ago, and they well, apparently skipped the scrims against the FaZe Clan to actually play that tournament. And as Wuskin then says, we now start finals in 3 days. That is the difference this time around. And aBeZy, of course, comes back in reply, we didn't know, or we wouldn't have been this late. Not exactly sure what he means we didn't know. Maybe he didn't know it was scheduled for that time, because I mean, they obviously know that finals are in 3 days. This is the first time this year we have ever been late. Couldn't say the same for your team. Let me restate this. You chalked scrims with a week left until playoffs to play a Warzone tourney. And you know, Wuskin there says a week left 23 days ago, so Wuskin kind of gets out the receipts, I suppose. Stop talking trash, you midget. So Wuskin absolutely going off on this one. And then, of course, aBeZy, not wanting to go down lightly, comes back with his own receipts. Hate to say it, brother, but your career against me has been an utter embarrassment. And he brings out, well, reciprocity versus E United in the Black Ops 4 season, 6-0 series total, 18-3 map counts, a lot of 3-0s, couple of 3-1s, well, 1-3-1, 1-3-2 against the reciprocity squad last season. Then he brings out what it looks like this season for London Royal Ravens against the Atlanta FaZe, 3-1, 3-0, 3-1 over the course of it. So, yeah, I mean, aBeZy just coming back at this, and then, of course, well, Wuskin comes back again and says, I ain't denying how good you are on the sticks, and that was never part of the conversation. Have a good day, my G. And Scraps then says, I had him absolutely rattled, so he starts talking COD, I am in tears. So, yeah, just great entertainment once again. And, of course, the consequence of this, I suppose, is looking at the potential of these guys matching up. We did talk a couple of weeks ago about this Exceed versus, well, Exceed on the Minnesota Rocker, and then Draza and the other guys, really, TJ and co on the OpTic Gaming Los Angeles squad, looking at when Exceed talked about the scrims and that Minnesota were dominating OpTic Gaming Los Angeles in scrims, and then just a couple of weekends later, they do play at Champs. So we talked about that drama at the time, and the possibility of those two teams matching up. We said that probably New York were favourites against Minnesota in round 1, probably OGLA are favourites against LAG in the losers round 1, and therefore that's probably a likely matchup. It does happen, and we get the consequences of that when, well, that whole drama went on down on Twitter a few days ago now. Who knows whether this happens? maybe it's not overwhelmingly likely. I mean, FaZe versus Empire in the winners brackets, and obviously aBeZy is a phenomenal player, right? Like, he would be one of the very first players I would pick up onto my franchise team if I got the luxury of creating one. But yeah, I mean, of course, him on the FaZe clan with all those other guys, they're going to be a tough squad to beat. I'm definitely going to be talking about predictions on probably the Saturday just before some of the matches go live. But yeah, this is certainly a matchup which FaZe are maybe slight favourites in, but you know, I'm kind of thinking this weekend that maybe Empire, I mean, we saw that clip at the end of the video a couple of days ago now, maybe it was yesterday, with Clayster hyping up Hook, and that kind of camaraderie maybe doesn't exactly exist on FaZe to the same degree, and maybe when it comes down to crunch time and you need Clayster and Crimsix, the kind of veterans, to step up at a world championship, they might do so. So I'm almost kind of favouring Empire going into this one, and maybe it's only a 55-45 or something like that. And then of course Royal Ravens have to get past Huntsman if this drama in this matchup was to happen, which of course would be pretty exciting. I'm not exactly sure they will get past Huntsman. I feel like another Game 5 win for the Huntsman definitely could be on the cards here, but who knows, right? Ravens have been decent in their Game 5s as well. The clutch factor seems to be coming back. I mean, Shawnee's been playing fantastic. Huntsman don't want to challenge him on Ramaza right now. Zero's playing better and better, so definitely Royal Ravens look like a scary force, and Huntsman could underestimate them to some degree. It's not out of the question Huntsman go into this one concentrating on that loser's final match, and maybe Ravens get the better of them on a couple of the respawns and close it out in a Game 5 or something like that. Not out of the realms of possibility. These guys have had relatively close matchups in the past. So if Ravens do get through and they were to happen to play FaZe, what would happen then, right? I mean, looking at the, I suppose, the receipts that aBeZy brought, it's going to be a tough job for Wuskin and the boys to get past the Atlanta FaZe. You know, they haven't lost to, well, Wuskin hasn't beaten aBeZy at ages or whatever, and as he said in this tweet thread here, you know, your career has been an utter embarrassment against me. Probably that would continue, I suppose, if it does go to the losers finals, to be honest, because I'm not predicting I'm not predicting Ravens to beat FaZe in that matchup. But who knows, right? Whichever way it goes, probably going to be some stuff on Twitter if that does happen. Of course, aBeZy then quickly follows up with, hope everyone is having a great day. And just before we finish the video, I wanted to continue that theme really of talking about the, I suppose, the throw that was created at the start of the video. And people were also talking about how, you know, a throne fit for a king, right? Like, is Scump going to come through and make it? Who knows? That would be a pretty cool storyline as well. But this is what CoD Gamepedia comes out to say from this article from The Verge, which I will leave links down below. CDL Champs broadcast will feature a virtual bunker. Miles and some of the other casters were talking about some of the things they're really excited for going into the World Championship, at least from a viewing perspective, and this may be one of them. The bunker will broadcast talent as they go over the competition in between games. It'll also be home to a virtual trophy celebration in lieu of course, the in-person one. This is the screenshot in its full glory, I suppose. Glory isn't given here on the left and right hand side. Virtual trophy in the middle. Not exactly sure what's going on here or exactly how they're going to make this work, but it's being hosted like virtually in a bunker in Verdansk, the city, I suppose, in which Warzone is based. So yeah, really quite interesting stuff. Not exactly sure how this is going to work out. Am I going to have to like drop into Warzone and go into the bunker and no one else is going to be able to kill me or something like that to make it work? Or will this also be available as like an online virtual thing where I can just go to a website and experience the same thing I would if I was in game? Still pretty cool stuff. Not exactly sure how they're going to work the trophy celebration, but still some more details to be determined. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. As always, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Hardpoint. Let's go. Enemy's taking the hardpoint. Specialist achieved.